Now that everyone's nostalgia-based amnesia is starting to wear off, and I see more and more of you guys holding Aang up to the same standards as you hold up Korra, in that you can finally talk about his flaws and his mistakes, like we've been doing to Korra for years, I think there's one trope that has been bothering me for a long time, and this seems like the perfect time to bring it up. No one can deny that Korra has some of the best feats in the verse, and usually while discussing these feats in a nice and friendly manner, Aang stans will dominate the conversation by trying to tell you Korra had help. Now they don't ever say that her feats don't count, all they'll say is she had help, basically trying to say her feats are now diminished because she had assistance. This implies that Aang did not have just as much, if not more, assistance than Korra did. As I've said many times, they are human. They are not unstoppable just because they are the Avatar. They always need help. But Aang stans seem to think Aang had far less help than Korra. Let's talk about some of the times Aang got assistance, because just like Korra, he's a human being. As we all know, Aang's greatest victory is against Fire Lord Ozai during Sozin's Comet, while he is just a 12-year-old little boy. Because Aang is struggling for the first half, he is pushed and pushed until he is nearly killed. This allows the past lives to take over and dominate the fight, doing the majority of the damage. After this, Ozai is subdued and he mounts one more surprise attack which allows Aang to take his bending, officially defeating him. Aang's greatest victory, he had help. But what kind of video would this be if I didn't bring up the GOAT herself, Katara? Here's her protecting Aang while he's in a defensive state. Here's Katara protecting Aang from the bloodbender Hama. Without Katara, Aang would have had a mouthful of space sword and we would have had Korra a lot sooner. What about here, where she's helping Aang escape the Fire Nation and she actually waterbends them to protect him? Once again, Katara helping Aang. What about here, where Katara saves Aang again from Zuko? Gonna be saying Katara a lot this video. Here's Katara again, saving Aang's life by pulling the water out of his lungs. As Aang sits there helpless and afraid, Katara saves him from Azula. Katara saves him again and again and again. Or when Combustion Man knocks Aang the fuck out and Katara puts ice on his head, saving Aang again. And her clutchest moment, bringing him back to life and restoring the Avatar cycle, since it's made very clear he dies here. With her almighty plot water, she gave us The Legend of Korra and the new series that we're about to get next year. Saving Aang's life again. Now if this doesn't get the message across, I can make a part 2 of every time Aang has help in battle as well. Believe me, I can make so many parts to this. The point of the video is Korra is not the only Avatar to receive help. We even see Roku getting help from Sozin trying to fight the volcano. No matter how powerful the Avatar is, they need assistance. Stop trying to separate Aang and Korra like she's the only one that had help.